Well, in game one, as you said, the game did go over the total, and it went over because Boston put up 120 points in a 120-95 blowout win. Now, the knee-jerk reaction for game two would be Cleveland was in a bad scheduling spot going into that game. They were coming off that grueling 7-game series against Orlando just 2 days before, and they scored 95 points in that game. So people are going to figure Cleveland to be the team to improve, and they're half right. And they figure if they scored 95 in that game, they score anything more than that in game two, this thing really soars over the total because they expect Boston to do what Boston does. Well, here's the problem. Cleveland was tired, okay? Tired teams do not play defense. I'm sorry. It takes more energy to play defense than it does to play offense. And if you go back and look at Cleveland, what they did is they played last Friday. They played in Orlando, game 6. Then they came back home on Sunday, 2 days later, played game 7, and then right back out on the road for game 1 on Tuesday. That's 3 games in 5 days in 3 different cities. They were exhausted, okay? And if you remember the game 7 on Sunday, Cleveland was down big early. They had to put up a big defensive effort to get back in that game and pull out the win. Now they go to Boston in game 1, and Boston just shot the lights out of the basketball. 49% they shot from the field. The previous 2 games, Cleveland held Orlando to 33 and 39% shooting. You're going to see Cleveland play better defense tonight, put more effort on the defensive end. Yeah, Cleveland might score a couple more points if they're shooting the ball better, but Boston's not going to run away and score 120 points tonight. I am looking for this one to go under the total. Knee-jerk reaction, I feel, by the public's going to be to take the over based on it going over in game 1 and Boston's been scoring. Cleveland will come and play defense. That's the only chance they have in staying in the game. They can't run and gun with Boston. They got to slow it down, and I think that's what happens tonight. And I'll give you 2 stats that support it. Cleveland this season on the road, after a game where they failed to cover the spread, they're 17-8 to the under in the next game. And when playing on the road with revenge this season, when the opponent scored 110 points or more in the win, as Boston did on Monday, 10-2 to the under. I'm going to go ahead and take the under tonight. It's at 212.5. We've seen it tick up from the opening line. I'll go ahead and take under 212.5.
So you said that you thought that tonight the effort's going to be on the defensive end of the court. And yet, when I look at the Cavs quotes, they're all about on the offensive end of the court. Donovan Mitchell, we got 42 threes up. We hit 11. I think the biggest thing now is being able to hit and knock them down. JB Bickerstaff, I thought we created open shots. I think we got some of the looks we were looking for. They just didn't go. We missed 4 or 5 layups in the second quarter. Typically, we make those. We got open threes from guys we want to take them. We'll make more of those as the series goes along. Both those are overquotes, at least in my mind. Any thoughts?
Well, in my mind, I look at it another direction, Teddy. If you hit some of those shots, when you miss a shot and you miss a 3, what happens? It's generally a long rebound, right? And it's generally a transition bucket moving up the court the other way. If you make some shots, you got to inbound. Then you got a chance to set your defense. You're not playing transition basketball. So, yes, in theory, if you make more shots, you're putting more points on the board for yourself, but you're also eliminating transition points off of misses and rebounds. You can look at it as the glass half full or is the glass half empty. Depends on which way you want to read that. And I'm reading it the other way, my friend.
Marco D'Angelo, brother, thanks for joining us. You're the best. We've promoted you. We've heard your thoughts. You like the under in Cleveland and Boston. St. Louis Cardinals first 5 innings. Is there anything else you want to leave us with?
Nope. Just take advantage of that. Pay for 7 and get 11. There's nothing more Vegas than 7 come 11, right?